Hey, what's up YouTube? And welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts collection overview video. Today I will be going through my Criterion collection by a request from a fellow YouTuber and Facebook friend. And being that today is November 1st, I thought it would be a perfect day to go through my Criterion collection because today starts the Barnes & Noble and Criterion 50% off sale, which is a great deal. I recommend everybody take advantage of it, even if you're just getting one or two titles. It is a perfect way to add to your collection on a great deal. I will go through and show you guys what I have in my collection, and don't be shy. Let me know. You guys have been doing a great job lately of giving me ideas of what I should add to my collection, so please feel free to comment down below. Let me know what I should pick up and add to my collection. I have a long want list of things I want from Criterion, but on my short list I definitely want the Godzilla box set that just came out. That's not really a want, it's a need. I need that collection in my life. So it's a little pricey, but being that it's 50% off, it's a great time to pick that up. I would also like to pick up the Princess Bride, which is a beautiful movie. I love that movie, and I do own it a couple different times, but I need to get the Criterion Blu-ray. I feel like that's the definitive edition of that film. I also want to reach out to my friends out there in YouTube land that are independent filmmakers. If you want to share your movies with me, I can pimp you out and spread the word about your projects. I will leave my email address down below in the description box. Please feel free to reach out to me if you want to share the link to your movies or your projects. I will be more than happy to spread the word about your project. So with all that said, let's get into the collection here. I tried it a little different this time. I didn't alphabetize it, but instead I did it by spine number. And I mixed the Blu-rays and DVDs together. So also, I should mention too that I have been uploading a lot of videos lately. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I was off work this week, so this was a good time for me to kind of catch up on uploading videos. I hope you guys don't mind about that. And two, I feel like to reach a broader audience, it's better to upload more often. So those are the two reasons why I've been uploading lately a lot of videos. So with all that said, let's get right into this here with the first title. This is a film from Akira Kurosawa. This is spine number 2. This is Seven Samurai. You're also going to notice too that a lot of these are still sealed. And that's because I don't open them until I watch the movies, and being that I have such a huge collection and such a huge to watch pile, some of these haven't been watched yet, but rest assured these will be viewed at some point, but you're going to see a lot of them that are still sealed. Spine number 3 is a Hitchcock classic called The Lady Vanishes from 1938. I really enjoy this movie. It's almost like a Twilight Zone type movie. I really enjoy it. It's got a pretty good ending. The next one is a film from 1958, and this is a Titanic film called A Night to Remember. It looks really good on Blu-ray. It's a black and white film, and it looks so good. Next one is a Australian film, a beautifully shot film from 1971 called Walkabout. Now, I do have a little bit of a gripe about this film. I have, how do I put this? I've owned this movie about 3 or 4 different times because it freezes up at the same spot every time, and it's not the disc is clean, the Blu-ray player is clean, but every time I purchase this movie it freezes up in the same spot. You guys let me know if that's happened to you too. I love the movie. About 3/4 of the way through the movie though, it freezes up and I never got to finish the film, which is kind of it's a tragedy because I would love to finish this movie. It looks so good. It's a very good movie. Have you guys had that same problem with it freezing up? The next one is a German film from 1957 by Ingmar Bergman called The Seventh Seal. Here is a horror classic from 1991 called The Silence of the Lambs. Very good movie. Here is spine 14, 15, and 16. This is called the Samurai Trilogy. Spine 19 is a film by Samuel Fuller called Shock Corridor. Spine 24 is another Kurosawa film. I tried to pick up every and any Kurosawa film I could find on Criterion label. This one is called High and Low from 1963. Here's Spine 29. This one is called Picnic at Hanging Rock. This is a really nice edition. It comes with a book and a Digipack. It's a nice little box set. And the film is very good. Let's see if I can get this back in here. Spine number 30 is another German film, Fritz Lang, called M. This is the original Lord of the Flies from 1963. Very good film. Spine number 52 and 53 is the Yojimbo and Sanjuro box set by Kurosawa. Trying to give you guys some ideas of what you can pick up, because if you look, that originally was $70, but if you get it at the 50% off sale, obviously, if you do the quick math, you get it for $35, and that is a steal for 2 films. Another Hitchcock classic, The 39 Steps from 1935. Love the film. Here is Spine number 63 from 1962, Herk Harvey, Carnival of Souls. Spine 91 is the original, The Blob from 1958, starring Steve McQueen. And 30 years later, they did a remake, which was better, in my opinion. But this is still an excellent film. Spine number 93 is Black Narcissus, probably one of the most beautifully filmed shot films, beautifully filmed movies ever made. Very, very nice scenery in that movie from 1947. Another Kurosawa film from 1958 called The Hidden Fortress. Here is a very creepy Danish film called The Vanishing. It has one of the most chilling endings you will ever see. I'm not going to spoil it. It is a horror film, and you have to see it to believe it. Check that out. And here's the DVD of it. Also Spine 133. Very, very good film. Here is the DVD edition of Haxan, Witchcraft Through the Ages. This also has recently got a Blu-ray release, which I would love to pick this up. It's a documentary on witchcraft over the years from 1934. No, I'm sorry, it was Spine number 134, but this is it's from 1922. And then they also added a feature from 1968. It's kind of an upgraded version of that film. Here's another Hitchcock film called Rebecca from 1940. That was Spine 135. Here's Spine 137, another Hitchcock movie called Notorious from 1946. Here is another Kurosawa film called Rashomon from 1950. Here is Traffic from 2000. Here's a Russian film called Solaris from 1972. Very beautiful movie. Here is Spine 190, Kurosawa's Throne of Blood. I love Japanese cinema. Spine 221 is Kurosawa's Akiru. Spine 248 is the DVD edition of David Cronenberg's Videodrome. Very good film. I would love to upgrade that to Blu-ray. So that's on my short list. Here's another Kurosawa film called Kagemusha from 1980. Here's some more Japanese cinema. This is called The Sword of Doom. Samurai goodness. Here's a film from Kobayashi called Harakiri from 1962. Here's Spine number 316. This is the DVD edition of Ran by Kurosawa. The film was from 1985, if I remember correctly. Spine number 336 is Richard Linklater's Dazed and Confused, a good little 70s throwback film. Excellent soundtrack. Good fun film. Here's another one I would love to upgrade at some point. This is Equinox. Spy number 338. There's two different versions of the film. It was a college film project that some college students worked on. And that's one edition of the film you get. And then the second film is kind of an upgraded, with a bigger budget, version of the same film. And I really enjoyed that film. It was good. Spy number 364 is the DVD box set of Monsters and Mad Men. And you get 3 movies. You get First Man into Space, Corridors of Blood, and The Atomic Submarine. Not sure if this has been upgraded to Blu-ray yet, but at some point I would love to upgrade that. It's a 4-disc set. There was another film too called The Haunted Strangler. A couple of those films have Boris Karloff in them. The next film is called Sancho the Bailiff from 1954. Some more samurai goodness, Japanese cinema. And the next one is Billy Wilder's Ace in the Hole. I love this movie. It's such a really good movie, 1951. Starring Kirk Douglas. 2K scan of it. It looks so good. This is a very good film. So that's shelf 1. We'll keep moving on to shelf number 2. And the next one here is Spy number 404. This is Robinson Crusoe on Mars from 1964. It's a really good film. I love any of the Robinson Crusoe movies, and this is a really good take on that story of Robinson Crusoe in space. Spy 414 is Two-Lane Blacktop, special edition. Nice little box set here. You get a book, and then you get a digipack of the film. Spy number 437, this is the Blu-ray edition of Vampire, Carl Theodor Dreyer. Excellent movie. It's a silent film. I really love this movie from 1932. And then I also do have the DVD box set of the same film. The next one is Spy 516, a John Ford Western called Stagecoach from 1939. Spy 536 is Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line from 1998. Here is a Japanese horror film that I still have to check out, and I've heard nothing but good things about this one. I've heard it's, wacky and quirky, but a lot of people say this is a good film from 1977. This is House. Here's Lars von Trier's Antichrist from 2009. It's a good film noir. The Killing, Stanley Kubrick from 1956. Here's a good silent film, horror film called The Phantom Carriage from 1921. Here's Charles Laughton and Bela Lugosi and Island of Lost Souls. Beautiful movie, excellent. I strongly recommend this one, based on the H.G. Wells story. Film is from 1932. Spy number 594 is Godzilla, or as they pronounce it over in Japan, Gojira. This is the 1954 edition of it. Really need to get that box set. Here is a Japanese samurai movie called Three Outlaw Samurai from 1964, and that is Spy number 596. Here's a classic horror story called Rosemary's Baby, Roman Polanski from 1968. That is a must-own. I think everybody should have that movie. Here's another Hitchcock classic from 1934 called The Man Who Knew Too Much, starring Peter Lorre. Spy number 651 is a serial killer movie called Badlands, another Terrence Malick film from 1973, about a couple who go on a killing spree. Very good film. There's a sci-fi comedy film from 1984 called The Repo Man. That's the DVD edition. I need to upgrade that. Spy number 656 is Delmer Davies' Jubal. Here is the original, 3:10 to Yuma, another Delmer Davies film, 1957. H.G. Wells' Things to Come from 1936. Here's a horror movie, a ghost story called The Uninvited from 1944. This is spine number 677. Another Hitchcock film called Foreign Correspondent, 1940. Here's a Wes Anderson gem. I really like this movie. It's called Fantastic Mr. Fox. Film from 2009. Comes in this nice digipack. To be honest, I prefer Amaray cases, the plastic cases, to the digipacks, but sometimes they look nice. They just don't last as long. Here's a beautiful box set. This is called Red River, Howard Hawks film, a John Wayne movie. John Wayne plays the bad guy in this one, a film from 1948. It's a beautiful box set, though. You get the book called Blazing Guns on the Chisholm Trail, and you get a digipack with the film and bonus features in it. That's spine number 709. Here is a really good Beatles piece called A Hard Day's Night. This is a really good addition if you're a Beatles fan or if you love music. This is definitely one to pick up and add to your collection. Film from 1964 with the Fab Four, and you can see how they ruled the world. This is a 4K restoration of it. Here's a good horror film called Scanners from David Cronenberg, and this is spine number, from 1981, and this is spine number 712. Here is a John Ford film starring Henry Fonda called My Darling Clementine from 1946, and that is spine 732. Another horror film slasher called Don't Look Now from 1973. And that is spine 745. Here's an animated movie that's pretty depressing because it's pretty graphic. How some of these, well, I'm not going to get into it. You guys, if you haven't seen the movie, check it out. It's pretty graphic and pretty depressing film, but it's very fun to watch. I mean, it's a good animated film from 1978. It's definitely not a kid's movie. The next one is called Ride the Pink Horse by Robert Montgomery, a film from 1947, and that is spine number 750. Next one is spine 765. Francis Ford Coppola presents The Black Stallion, directed by Carol Ballard from 1979. Another horror film, Cronenberg's The Brood, 1979. Here is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive from 2001. Must watch. Here's Richard Brooks in Cold Blood, based on the Truman Capote book, 1967. Here's some Japanese animation called Jellyfish Eyes, 2013. And here is some Japanese swordplay goodness, a twin billing of Lady Snowblood and Lady Snowblood 2, Love Song of Vengeance. Very good series. So that is the end of shelf 2. We just have a little bit here on shelf 3. So move my chair. I'm actually in my basement right now. I'm trying to remodel and add a movie room down here, so it's not quite as clean as I would like. We did some drywall work and we added some electrical. It's a little bit dusty down here, but we're gonna have to make this work for this video. Push those over to the side for now. The first one is a film, spine number 825, called A Touch of Zen by King Hu from 1971. Next one is Terrence Malick's The New World from 2005. Beautiful box set. It's a very long movie too. 172 minutes. Spine 826. Here's another Western starring Warren Beatty called McCabe and Mrs. Miller, directed by Robert Altman from 1971. Spine 833 is a horror film called Cat People, a Val Lewton production from 1942. Here is Valley of the Dolls from 1967. And then here is a Russ Meyer production called Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, 1970. Here is Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth. Beautiful film, excellent, 2006. Here is a must-own for anybody out there who loves Japanese sword play. This is Lone Wolf and Cub, the complete series. And in this series, you get Sword of Vengeance, Baby Cart and the River Styx, Baby Cart to Hades, Baby Cart in Peril, Baby Cart in the Land of Demons, and White Heaven and Hell. And these are all 2K restorations based on the best-selling manga series. Definitely recommend this one for sure if you guys are interested. Here's Kurosawa's Dreams, 1990. Here's a Western directed by Marlon Brando, starring Marlon Brando, called One-Eyed Jacks from 1961. Here's a beautiful film noir, Howard Hawks' His Girl Friday, starring Cary Grant from 1940. Here is They Live by Night, 1948. Here's one of the earlier releases by Alfred Hitchcock from 1927 called The Lodger. Here is I believe this is this a Russian film, or I don't recall, but it's a foreign film from 2015 called The Lure. Polish film. Here's a fun little adventure comedy called Jabberwocky, Terry Gilliam film. Kind of reminds me of like Skyrim with laughs in it. One of the best horror films of all time, Night of the Living Dead, 1968. Come in this nice little digipack. It looks beautiful. It's really cleaned up nice with the 4K restoration. Must own in your collection. And then I have a trilogy from Del Toro, which comes with Kronos, The Devil's Backbone, and Pan's Labyrinth. Comes in this heavy-duty box set with all 2K restorations. And I have the Zatoichi, The Blind Swordsman box set. It comes with 25 films that are in the Zatoichi series, if you want to pause those and check those out. But that was my Criterion collection. Again, if you guys want to give me some suggestions, I'm always open. Always like hearing from you guys. If you just want to comment or let me know what you plan on picking up in this sale. And again, if you're a filmmaker, you know, if you want to spread the word about your channel or your movie, I will leave my email down below. Don't feel free to contact me anytime. Any of you guys, if you want to contact me. I'm open to talk to everybody. And to me, that's one of the funnest part of having a channel, is to communicate and interact with you guys. So with all that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you guys next time. Later.
Brrr.